I videoed the service yesterday, the memorial service, and it seems my phone is running a little bit low on memory, and so I see I've only got 7 minutes, so I better make this one quick. I want to say thank you to Joan for the reading. It's been a long time. She didn't use the word this word, but she's been robbed of opportunities in the past. There you go. It was nice to get you up here reading this morning, and thank you so much, Virginia, for that song this morning, which moved me. It's nice to be here, and I'm going to continue this morning with the series that I promised, which was a look at the animals of the Bible, taking us through the summer. And today I've decided to focus, if you haven't guessed already, on the big cats of the Bible. A number of years ago, my family had just moved to Saskatoon, and I may have told you the story before. But it was winter, and there was a surprising news story on CBC. Some fellow had been walking through the downtown by the river and had come across very large cat tracks, which they followed along the shoreline till they came to a condo building, at which point they disappeared. And the fellow was wondering what happened to the tracks, until somebody came out, I guess, from the upstairs balcony and said, "Oh, they continue up here." Apparently, the cougar, which was strolling through downtown Saskatoon for some reason, came to the condo building, decided to leap 3 meters straight up to the balcony on the second floor and continue its trek along. The story really grabbed my attention, as you can imagine. There's something about the fact that my new home was inhabited by a great cat, or at least that a great cat would make its way through Saskatoon, and perhaps not only once. In fact, I've heard since that they are sighted from time to time. That really made me excited. Now, I shouldn't be afraid, right? But I was excited, and there was something beautiful about that. Do you know that if you take all the mammals of the planet Earth and you get them all together and you divide them up, only 4% of those mammals on planet Earth are wild, and 96% are either humans or livestock or pets. So you take 4%, and I can guarantee you that wild cats are just a tiny, tiny fraction. In fact, of that 4%, apparently half of that are wild mammals living in the sea. So you've got 2%, and then a fraction of that are the wild cats. But you can't imagine, among that small fraction, aren't cats the wonderful representatives of that very marginalized group? You can't imagine big cats settling for being domesticated. It's not going to happen. They're going to be wild for the rest of their life, or they're going to perish. There's something about the wild cat, its power, its independence, its ferocity, its tenacity, that makes a really great icon for the natural world. That doesn't want to go away, that won't go away, that wants to live on its own terms. I think that's part of what made me excited about living in a city with a wildcat, despite the fact that it might have dragged away one of my children. There's something magnificent and magical and fierce and uncontrollable and beautiful living in my city. And I think that is part of how we need to embrace the natural world more and more. Not as something that we can control, but as something that has its own life that needs to be respected. There are 120 animals that appear in the Bible, and big cats are among them, mainly lions and leopards. Today in the Holy Land, there are no more lions. But surprisingly, leopards managed to cling to existence. It is probably a fact that back in the days of biblical times, lions and leopards were a common feature of the landscape. If you were a shepherd, for example, you would encounter lions probably on a fairly regular basis, not that you'd want to. But you would probably see them up on the mountain, maybe checking out your flock, maybe just strolling along. If you were taking a journey from city to city, you would probably encounter one. To be sure, lions and leopards were things to be feared.